Chuck Johnson took the pole for today's Vickers Collision and Glass 100, edging out Mark Thompson. Which is kind of funny, not even a week after Johnson tweeted, and I quote, "We're running phenomenally so far, and it doesn't mean jack when the lead guy, Mark Thompson, finishes second every race." I'm sure he's hoping that Thompson will finish second or further back to him today. In other news, Aaron Singer was arrested for DUI in the aftermath of last week's race at Texas, despite only having a blood alcohol content of .014. His fate at his family-owned team, owned by his father, Lowe Singer, appears to be up in the air, but I imagine it'll be some time before we hear any news about that, as the team is not scheduled to race again until Berlin. And now we take you trackside at the fan-favorite 7077 Speedway for the start of the Vickers Collision and Glass 100. The pace car leaves the field in the hands of Chuck Johnson, looking to continue his strong start to the 2018 campaign. He clears second place Mark Thompson, but watch Joshua Pacer dive to the bottom, taking Enola and Thompson 3 wide. To grab second place immediately, Mark Thompson falls way back, and now Joshua Pacer has a look at the lead. Pacer continuing where he left off at Ike Durbin after his win at Sayre, leads the first lap, but we've got a caution. Alexa Lake got into the back of Silas White, sending Ben McClellan and Hunter Blaze up into the grass in turn 3. Blaze, with no way to get back onto the track, goes straight into the tire wall. On the restart, Michaela Perry-Jones takes third from the dirt track ace, Carrie Fenton. But here comes the black and yellow home house machine of Billy Ray Smith-Thompson, who started all the way back in 17th, and in a matter of 10 laps, drives up to second, and now looks to chase down Joshua Pacer. And he's going to be helped by a caution as Mark Thompson turns Aaron Coultier around. They both slide up the track, and Thompson is upside down. Carrie Fenton got a piece of that. Aaron Coultier is stuck. Thompson had dropped back to 8th and was racing Aaron Coultier for a position, and just got into the back of him off of 4, then hit that infamous dirt mound, flipped the car over, but it was a soft enough roll to get the car running again after the track crews flipped it over, and the 98 team deserves a lot of credit for getting that car back onto the track. His chances of finishing second again are obviously out the window now, but he'll surely make up positions as cars will inevitably fall out. Joshua Pacer continues to lead on the restart with Billy Ray Smith-Thompson breathing down his neck. Mark Thompson looks like he's gonna try to keep up with the 86, but no, he dives back onto pit road. Looks like he's gonna be making more repairs. Aaron Coultier got back onto the track and will follow Thompson in to make more repairs of his own. Pacer holds the lead for a couple laps, but here comes Billy Ray Smith-Thompson with the speed that we saw out of him at the beginning of the race. And Smith-Thompson takes the lead away, coming to lap 25. The defending champion looking to make it 2 wins in a row today, as Todd Stader gets into the back of the lapped car of Sergei Yakovsky, and now gets himself stuck on the perch. Michaela Perry-Jones gets a piece of that after a strong start for her. Todd Stader was running in 4th, and now his teammate Keegan Mallory gets into a bit of trouble after the caution. He was stuck behind the 500 of Tom Brayton and got helped into the dirt by Mike Malone in car 54 this week. More on that story later, but Joshua Pacer and Patrick Harrell come into the pits. They've reported that they've run over something on the track, and now they both come into the pits to get their tires changed. So Joshua Pacer running second sacrifices all of that track position, but you can't really argue with doing so in the name of safety. Donnie Ashcroft running third on this restart gets shoved way to the outside in a 4-wide situation, which you just saw Mark Thompson on the bottom of. That 98 car has apparently gotten faster after flipping over. That'll be something to keep an eye on, but Donnie Ashcroft has got to be frustrated with losing all those spots, and Mark Thompson just effortlessly drives up to Billy Ray Smith-Thompson and gets one of his 3 laps back. Mark Thompson is the fastest car on the track now after those unwanted adjustments, but now we got trouble in turn 1. 4 cars get launched off of turn 1. Neil Miller and Anthony Griffith get the worst of it. Griffith was second in points. Jeffrey Jackson in the 05 making his series debut also gets collected. And Neil Miller will definitely be collecting the Vicker Collision and Glass rollover bonus, as well as Mark Thompson. And now Chuck Johnson is reporting that he's run over some debris. He gives up second to come in and get his tires changed. Noah Dallitz would have inherited second if only he didn't have trouble and have to come into the pits as well. Dallitz, who comes up from the dirt ranks like his teammate Kerry Fenton, would lose 4 laps in the pits. Billy Ray Smith-Thompson continues to lead. Alexa Lake in the 26 is now in second. This is the strongest she's run all season in the Master Sport entry. Zach Webster in the 41 runs in third. Alexa Lake trying to chase down the 42 as Smith-Thompson has a little bit of trouble with the lapped car of Todd Stater, but Smith-Thompson quickly dispatches him and will extend his lead once again. But here comes Mark Thompson, unlapping himself once again. The 98, still the fastest car on the track. It's funny to see Billy Ray Smith-Thompson, of all people, being outpaced by a car that was previously on its roof, as he once flipped over in a FARC truck race at ABQ and proceeded to win the race anyway. Lap 50, halfway through this 100-lap race, Chuck Johnson and Joshua Pacer have recovered very nicely, but Johnson now bullies his way past Pacer to take 6th. This is basically the same strategy that got him from 21st to 5th at Sayre, and knowing the luck that Johnson and the 46 team have had in the past, it's surprising that he hasn't made his own bad luck from doing that. I briefly talked about this earlier, but Mike Malone is driving the number 54 entry for Team Burr this week. Well, that's kind of a Team Burr entry, as this is Mike Malone's personal car that he won at ABQ with, but in his new quest to win both the Low Dollar Series and Super Series championships, he is entering as many races at the last minute as he can, and Team Burr has helped him pay his entry fee and tire bill for this race in exchange for entering this car under their banner. And in fact, Mike Malone has made this the first time that a Team Burr car has qualified for a race in 2018, and he's running very well, up in the 15th position at the moment. It's not quite a Littlest Engine That Could story for Team Burr, as that is, again, Mike Malone's personal car, but they were very excited about this deal coming together this weekend. Chuck Johnson has continued his charge to the front, taking third from Zach Webster, and now he works on the 26. But here comes Mark Thompson, about to blow by all of them, still running a couple of laps down. He's still the fastest car on the track, and I've heard that a few of the other teams are complaining to FARC that maybe the 98 team fudged a few things on that car while getting it repaired, hoping that it won't be inspected thanks to all the crash damage after the race. But we've got a wreck between Silas White, Rip Tyler, and Riley Durbin, who was running so well, and now he's out of the race. Rip Tyler as well. He was running in 6th. But on the restart, you see how fast Billy Ray Smith-Thompson has been, as he's lapped everybody up to 5th place now. And that's your reason why we haven't been showing the 42 so much. It's been a blowout up front. Chuck Johnson gets forced to the high side as Alexa Lake takes second back from him, and now he's stuck up top as he's got all of these lapped cars just inside of him. Donnie Ashcroft in the 909 sits in 4th place, being challenged for that spot by Zach Webster. They're stuck in a small group of lapped cars on their own. But here comes Johnson trying to take 2nd place back. There is the 2 of Harry Esanola. He is another one of those cars off the lead lap. Trouble in turn 3. Truman Ellison, Donnie Ashcroft, Danica Hollifield, and Zach Webster all go off the track. We didn't quite see how that started, but Truman Ellison and Danica Hollifield definitely got together, and that swept up 2 of the lead lap cars, Webster and Ashcroft, with them. Those 2 are going to keep going, however, and we had another incident further back from this group. 4 wide gone wrong. Ben McClellan, Dan Lecklider, and Todd Stater get swept up in another one. Dan Lecklider went pretty hard into the wall there. Coming to 17 laps to go. Still, only 5 cars left on the lead lap. Billy Ray Smith-Thompson, business as usual, takes off, leaving the others to deal with all the lapped cars. Noah Dalitz in the 63, still way behind, but lines up first in the lap down line. And Mark Thompson is probably still the biggest annoyance of all to the leaders. He's still the fastest car on the track, getting by Alexa Lake and Chuck Johnson effortlessly. And this is going to be the end of the race for Donnie Ashcroft as he pulls in, coming to 15 laps to go with a terminal problem. Mark Thompson has driven all the way up to 6th place, and now this is the battle for 5th as he takes it quite easily from Joshua Pacer. This was the battle to become the first car 1 lap down. Mark Thompson now trying to set his sights on Billy Ray Smith-Thompson and possibly try to get himself back on the lead lap, but he is running out of time now with just 15 laps to go, and it looks like Thompson's pace has started to drop off. Meanwhile, the battle for 3rd is on between Zach Webster and Alexa Lake. That last incident is certainly not slowing Zach Webster down as he takes the position from the 26. And now we have the battle for 10th between Mike Malone and Timothy Ruiz. It's been a very disappointing start to 2018 for Timothy Ruiz, but now he's looking to finally have a good finish after a stellar 2017 season that saw him nearly win a couple of races. But with 5 laps to go, here comes Mike Malone taking the 10th spot back from Timothy Ruiz, but Jim Kidd comes up on him and gets into the back of the 212 off of turn 4 and sends him for a spin up into turn 1 that could have turned out much worse. But Ruiz is still going to lose 5 spots out of this, and Billy Ray Smith-Thompson will lead the field across the line to take 2 in a row. Smith-Thompson was absolutely unstoppable once he got into the lead. It wasn't much of a show at the front of the field with only 4 cars finishing on the lead lap, but some of the stories and performances a bit further back certainly made this race worth watching. Alexa Lake finished in the top 5 for the first time this year. After a dismal start to 2018, Mike Malone grabbed Team Burr's first top 10 in over a year. And of course, we still have no idea how Mark Thompson charged through the field to finish 5th after flipping his car over. And because of that, Mark Thompson now holds a 41-point lead over Chuck Johnson, who moves up into 2nd place with his runner-up finish. Billy Ray Smith-Thompson jumps up to 3rd after winning 2 in a row. Anthony Griffith was 2nd. Coming into this race, he is now down to 4th. We've got a couple ties a bit further back in the field. Monica Rook and Noah Dalitz tied for 21st, and the Rus Autosport duo of Vitaly Solikov and Sergei Yakovsky. The Carl's Superstores Showdown is the next event on the FARC Low Dollar Series calendar, and it will take place in the parking lot of the Carl's Superstore in Jonesboro, Arkansas. That should make for an interesting race, and as always, you can catch the highlights right here on the FARC Racing Network.